Have you ever finished eating something quick and minutes later felt tired, hungry again, or had that strange feeling that your body felt heavy? The problem isn't a lack of discipline, it's that something starts happening inside your body much sooner than you imagine. And today you'll see, minute by minute, what really happens in the next 24 hours after eating ultra-processed foods. In this video, you will discover how your body reacts silently, why hunger returns so quickly, and what the invisible process is that almost no one notices, even though it's happening right now. And it all begins the moment the last bite ends. Let's go to the first step, moment zero. What has just happened inside your body? You just ate something ultra-processed. It might be a quick snack, a bag of chips, or an ice-cold soda. Seems normal, right? But inside your body, what happens is almost like pressing the start button on a very complex machine. As soon as the food enters, the body starts working quickly to break everything down into small parts. The stomach mixes it, the intestines prepare for absorption, and the brain receives a pleasure signal, as if it had received a reward. That's why we often feel immediate satisfaction. But there's a detail that almost no one notices. The body doesn't just understand the taste, it analyzes the quality of what's ingested. Ultra-processed foods provide a lot of quick energy and few real nutrients. So while you think everything is fine, your metabolism is already working to organize this excess. It's as if the body is thinking, I need to resolve this quickly. And this reaction begins silently, painlessly, without warning, and without you even realizing it. The most curious thing is that the real impact doesn't begin where most people imagine. The story doesn't just happen in the stomach. In the next few minutes, something even more important will come into play. The blood begins to change, and that's when the next chapter starts. To get truly surprising, about 20 minutes after eating ultra-processed foods, your body is already working at high speed, even if you're still sitting quietly. At that moment, sugar and easily digestible ingredients begin to enter the bloodstream very quickly. Think of it as a road that suddenly fills with cars speeding by at the same time. To avoid confusion, the body sends a traffic controller called insulin. Its function is simple: to remove excess sugar from the bloodstream and deliver energy to the cells. That's why many people feel a quick surge of energy or even happiness right after eating. The brain receives this boost and believes it has gained plenty of fuel. But here's an important secret. This energy rises too quickly and doesn't usually last. It's like a rocket that takes off strong but loses power soon after. While you think everything is fine, the body is already starting to prepare for the next phase, trying to balance what came in too quickly. And that's exactly where the story gets interesting. After this peak passes, something silent begins to happen inside the body. Energy levels shift, metabolism adjusts, and a new process kicks in. In the next moment, the liver and blood will show that the reaction is only just beginning. About an hour after eating ultra-processed foods, the body has already finished the fastest part of digestion, but the hard work begins now. Everything that entered the bloodstream quickly needs to be organized, and the liver takes on this mission, acting as the great manager of energy. It decides what will be used at that moment and what will be stored for later. When there is too much energy, some of it begins to be transformed into fat. This doesn't happen in a frightening way. It's just the body trying to maintain balance. At the same time, small chemical messages begin to circulate throughout the body. They signal that the metabolism is working harder than normal. Nothing hurts, nothing is noticeable, and therefore almost no one realizes it. It's like a renovation happening inside your house while you're watching TV. Everything changes silently. The brain still feels it has received a reward, but this sensation gradually diminishes, and that's exactly where many people get confused. When this energy level starts to drop, the body sends a new signal that seems strange. Hunger can return quickly. In the next step, you'll understand why this happens and how the brain can crave more food even when you've just eaten. A few hours later, many people start to feel something curious. The energy that seemed high disappears, and that urge to eat returns. This happens because the sugar that rose rapidly in the blood also dropped rapidly. The brain, which previously thought it had fuel to spare, now understands that it needs more energy. It's like playing very fast and suddenly becoming tired without knowing exactly why. At this moment, the body is neither wrong nor weak. It is simply reacting to the type of food it has received. When energy levels rise and fall rapidly, the brain sends signals requesting something that brings pleasure and strength again, usually sweet or easy-to-chew foods. This is why many people end up snacking without realizing it, starting a cycle that can repeat itself several times a day. It seems like a lack of control, but it's actually biology at work. While all this is happening, another silent change begins in a place almost no one thinks about: the gut. Billions of bacteria live there, aiding digestion and even affecting mood. And what they receive after an ultra-processed meal can make a big difference. In the next section, you'll understand why. While you go about your day normally, something happens inside your gut that almost no one imagines. Billions of bacteria live there, acting as the body's little helpers. They help digest food, produce important substances, and even influence mood. When we eat natural foods, these bacteria receive fiber and nutrients that serve as food for them. But when we eat many ultra-processed foods, the story changes. These foods pass through our digestive system too quickly and offer almost nothing that the good bacteria need. It's like watering a garden only with water, without fertilizer. Some strong bacteria remain, but others begin to lose ground. Gradually, the balance changes and the gut can become less efficient. None of this causes immediate pain, so it seems like nothing has happened. But the body senses this silent change and begins to adapt. And it is precisely at this point that metabolism enters an even more interesting phase. As the clock ticks and half of the 24 hours have passed, the body begins to reorganize everything it has received. In the next section, you will discover how it tries to compensate for this impact while you don't even realize it's happening. After about 12 hours, many people think it's all over, since the meal has already been digested. But in reality, the body is still working behind the scenes. During this period, the liver continues to organize the remaining energy, the blood continues to transport nutrients, and the metabolism tries to restore balance. It's like when you tidy up a room after a mess. It seems finished, but many details are still missing to make everything perfect. Meanwhile, the body tries to reduce excesses and maintain stability. Some substances linked to inflammation may continue circulating at low levels, which doesn't cause pain but shows that the body is still busy adjusting. Many people only feel mild tiredness or lack of focus, and don't even imagine that this could be linked to what they ate hours before. Everything happens silently, almost invisibly. But the most interesting part comes now. Even without clear signs, your metabolism can start to slow down a little, preparing for the next step in this story. And in the next section, you'll understand what happens when the body goes into energy-saving mode, trying to conserve energy without you realizing it. About 18 hours after eating ultra-processed foods, the body has already gone through the faster phases, but it hasn't finished its work yet. Now it enters a quieter mode, trying to conserve energy and keep everything functioning in balance. Some people start to feel slightly lethargic, have difficulty concentrating, or have the urge to snack without knowing why. It's not laziness or lack of willpower. It's the body trying to adjust after so many internal changes. At this point, metabolism may slow down a bit. The body observes what's left, decides what to use and what to store. It's like a computer that slows down to avoid rapidly draining its battery. Even without clear symptoms, small chemical signals remain active, showing that the reaction is still happening. The curious thing is that almost no one connects these sensations to what was eaten many hours before. And as the clock approaches 24 hours, the story takes a surprising turn. Even though the food is gone, some effects still remain within you. In the next section, we'll see what really stays after the time runs out, and why this is so important for understanding your body. When the clock strikes 24, many people think it's all over. After all, the food has been digested and the day has gone on normally. But the most interesting thing is that the body still retains signs of what happened. Some hormones continue to adjust energy levels. The gut is still trying to restore. The balance of bacteria and the metabolism is finalizing small internal corrections. It's like when a party ends, but the house still needs to be tidied up afterward. Even without feeling any difference, the body goes through several stages: energy spikes, blood adjustments, extra liver work, and silent changes in the gut. None of this is immediately visible in the mirror. And that's precisely why so many people don't realize the impact of ultra-processed foods on their daily lives. The body is intelligent and always tries to return to balance, but each choice leaves a small mark along the way. Now imagine what happens when this process repeats itself every day, week after week. This is where the story gets even more important. In the next and final part, we'll connect everything you've seen and show you why understanding this cycle can completely change how you view your next meal. After observing each phase of those 24 hours, it becomes easier to understand one important thing. The body never stops working. Even when it seems like nothing has happened, it has gone through energy peaks, hormonal adjustments, changes in the gut, and constant attempts to return to balance. The most curious thing is that all of this happens silently, without alarms, without pain, and without clear warnings. That's why many people believe that a meal doesn't make a difference, when in fact the body responds to every choice we make. The great discovery here is not to fear food, but to realize how intelligent and quick the body is to react. It always tries to protect you. The problem arises when this cycle repeats itself several times, because the body needs to work harder and harder to keep everything functioning well. Understanding this process is like turning on a light in a dark place. Now you know what happens behind the scenes and can look at your next meal with more awareness. And this opens up an even more interesting question. If so many changes occur in just 24 hours, what happens when blood sugar rises too quickly? In the next video, we'll delve even deeper into this subject and show something that almost no one understands about energy, fatigue, and sudden hunger. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes, and get ready, because the next topic might change the way you understand your own body. Hours inside your body after a blood sugar spike.